Ladies and gentlemen, let me start with a question. Have you ever shared a dream or goal with someone only to see their doubt creep into your spirit? Maybe you felt that flicker of uncertainty after they said, "I don't think that will work," or worse, "Who are you to try that?" The truth is, many of us have been there. You see, the greatest enemy of vision is not failure, it's distraction. And sometimes the loudest distractions come from the people we tell our dreams to. That's why I'm here to share something profound with you today. Never tell people what you do. Why? Because the moment you open your mouth, you risk exposing your destiny to those who might not understand it. Today I'm going to show you why keeping your journey private might just be the key to unlocking your greatest potential. In a world where transparency is often celebrated, the idea of withholding information might seem counterintuitive. However, there is an undeniable strength in maintaining a sense of mystery about your actions, particularly when it comes to your goals, ambitions, and the steps you're taking to achieve them. This doesn't mean living in secrecy or isolation. Rather, it's about recognizing the strategic advantage of allowing your work to speak for itself when the time is right. When you keep your plans and actions private, you create an aura of intrigue around your pursuits. People naturally gravitate toward what they don't fully understand. This is a psychological phenomenon. Human beings are drawn to mystery because it triggers curiosity. The unknown becomes a puzzle they want to solve. When others don't know what you're working on, they become more interested in your progress and success. They're curious about what's going on behind the scenes, and this curiosity can fuel their perception of your eventual results. In a sense, by maintaining a veil of mystery, you allow your actions and outcomes to carry more weight when they are finally revealed. Mystery doesn't just affect how others perceive you, it also protects you from unnecessary distractions. By keeping your plans private, you shield yourself from external criticism or input that may not align with your vision. Too often, when we share our dreams or ideas prematurely, we open ourselves up to unsolicited advice or negative feedback from those who may not fully understand the depth or scope of our plans. Even well-meaning individuals may project their fears and limitations onto you, unintentionally discouraging you from pursuing your goals. When you keep your actions private, you avoid the risk of having your vision diluted by outside opinions that don't align with your true purpose. When people don't know what you're doing, they can't set expectations or judge you based on incomplete information. If you constantly broadcast your plans and intentions, you might find yourself under pressure to meet deadlines or produce results according to others' timelines, not your own. This pressure can force you to make decisions that are rushed or not fully thought out, simply to satisfy external demands. The power of mystery allows you to work at your own pace, in your own way, without the burden of external expectations. It frees you to experiment, to fail, and to try again without the fear of being scrutinized by those who may not fully understand the journey you're on. Another significant benefit of maintaining mystery is that it gives you the space to refine and develop your ideas without the interference of others. Creativity and innovation often require solitude, a space where you can explore possibilities, test new approaches, and make mistakes without the pressure of immediate judgment. When you reveal your plans too early, you risk interrupting this process of exploration and growth. External opinions, whether supportive or critical, can shape your ideas prematurely, potentially leading you down a path that is less authentic or less aligned with your true vision. Mystery preserves the integrity of your creative process, allowing you to develop your ideas fully before sharing them with the world. Mystery also enhances the impact of your achievements when they are finally revealed. There is a certain power in allowing your results to speak for themselves, rather than constantly explaining what you're working on or what you hope to achieve. When you reveal your accomplishments after they are fully realized, they carry a greater sense of authority and credibility. People are more likely to respect and admire what you've done when they see the tangible evidence of your efforts, rather than hearing about it in bits and pieces along the way. The element of surprise can amplify the effect of your success, making it more memorable and impactful. On a psychological level, maintaining mystery also helps you stay focused on your goals. When you're not constantly talking about what you're doing, you're less likely to get caught up in the validation or approval of others. Talking about your plans can sometimes create a false sense of accomplishment. It feels good to share your ideas. and the positive feedback you receive can give you a sense of progress, even if you haven't actually achieved anything yet. This can lead to complacency, where the act of sharing becomes a substitute for real action. By keeping your plans to yourself, you eliminate this false sense of achievement and stay focused on the work that truly matters. In a broader sense, the power of mystery aligns with the principle that actions speak louder than words. In today's fast-paced world, people are quick to talk about what they're doing, but less often do they follow through with tangible results. By choosing to let your actions do the talking, you distinguish yourself from those who are all talk but no substance. When people finally see the fruits of your labor, they will know that you are someone who takes meaningful action, not just someone who talks about their intentions. Maintaining mystery about your actions is not about being secretive for the sake of secrecy. It's about understanding the value of timing and strategy. There is a time to reveal your plans, but that time is when your actions have already produced results. Until then, the power of mystery keeps you focused, protects your vision, and allows your achievements to make the loudest statement. In doing so, you maintain control over your journey and ensure that when you do speak, your words are backed by the undeniable evidence of your success. Guarding your vision is a crucial yet often overlooked element of success. Your vision, whether it's a dream, a goal, or a path you're pursuing, is deeply personal and uniquely yours. It represents the sum of your hopes, talents, and ambitions. However, the moment you share your vision prematurely or with the wrong people, you risk exposing it to doubt, negativity, and even sabotage. Protecting your vision, especially in its early stages, is not only about safeguarding it from external threats, but also about nurturing its growth in an environment that allows it to flourish. One of the key reasons to guard your vision is to protect it from unnecessary scrutiny. When you share your dreams too early, you open the door to criticism and feedback that may not be constructive. Not everyone will understand your vision. Some people will judge it based on their own limitations or biases, while others may not see its potential because they lack the context or insight that you have. By revealing your plans before they have matured, you invite others to project their insecurities onto you. They may say things like, "That's too ambitious," or "Are you sure you want to do that?" While these comments might seem harmless, they can plant seeds of doubt in your mind, causing you to question your own abilities and the validity of your dreams. When you share your vision with others, particularly those who don't share your level of passion or understanding, they may inadvertently try to reshape or redefine your goals to fit their own worldview. For example, you might have a vision for starting a business or pursuing a creative career. But if you share that vision with someone who values stability and security above all else, they might discourage you from taking risks. They may offer advice that is well-intentioned but ultimately undermines the essence of your dream. This is why it is so important to be selective about who you share your vision with, especially in its infancy. Not everyone will see what you see, and not everyone is equipped to offer the kind of support or feedback that will help your vision grow. Another reason to guard your vision is that sharing it too soon can dilute your focus and energy. When you talk about your goals, it can create the illusion of progress. You feel good about sharing your plans, and the positive reactions you receive from others can give you a sense of accomplishment. However, this sense of achievement is often premature and superficial. It can lead to complacency, where you mistake the act of sharing your vision for actually working toward it. By keeping your vision private, you maintain a laser-like focus on what really matters, the work that needs to be done to bring your dream to life. Talking less and doing more allows you to stay disciplined and committed to the process without getting distracted by the validation or opinions of others. Guarding your vision also protects you from the emotional roller coaster that often comes with sharing your dreams. When you expose your vision to others, you open yourself up to their reactions, both positive and negative. If people respond enthusiastically, you may feel a temporary boost in confidence. But if they respond with skepticism or indifference, it can be disheartening and demotivating. This external validation or lack thereof can create a cycle of highs and lows that distracts you from the steady, consistent effort required to achieve your goals. By keeping your vision to yourself, you eliminate the need for external approval and remain grounded in your own inner sense of purpose. You become less reliant on the opinions of others and more focused on the intrinsic value of your work. When you share your vision prematurely, you risk exposing it to sabotage, whether intentional or unintentional, Not everyone will support your success. Some people may feel threatened by your ambition, and their jealousy or insecurity can lead them to actively undermine your efforts. This can take many forms, from subtle discouragement to outright interference. Others, while not malicious, may unknowingly hinder your progress by offering advice or opinions that conflict with your true vision. These distractions can slow you down, divert your attention, or cause you to second-guess your decisions. By keeping your vision private, you're protected from these external influences and maintain control over your direction and decisions. Another key aspect of guarding your vision is allowing it the time and space to grow without external pressure. Like a seed planted in the ground, your vision needs to be nurtured and developed in an environment that supports its growth. This process takes time, and it often requires trial and error. When you keep your vision private, you give yourself the freedom to experiment, to fail, and to learn without the fear of judgment. You can take risks and make mistakes without the pressure of public scrutiny. This period of quiet development is essential for refining your ideas and building the foundation for long-term success. Once your vision has fully matured, then and only then is it ready to be shared with the world. It's also important to recognize that your vision is unique to you. No one else will ever fully understand it the way you do. This is because your vision is shaped by your experiences, your values, and your inner calling. When you share your vision with others, they may try to impose their own perspectives or expectations on it, often unintentionally. This can distort the original essence of your dream, causing you to lose sight of what truly matters to you. By guarding your vision, you ensure that it remains pure and aligned with your authentic self. You retain the power to shape it according to your own desires, rather than bending it to meet the expectations of others. Guarding your vision empowers you to be more strategic about when and how you share it. There is a time to reveal your plans, but that time is when you have already laid the groundwork for success. By waiting until your vision has materialized into something tangible, you can present it with confidence and authority. People are more likely to take your vision seriously when they see the results of your work, rather than just hearing about your intentions. This strategic timing not only protects your vision, but also amplifies its impact when it is finally revealed. Guarding your vision is about creating a protective shield around your dreams, ensuring that they are not prematurely exposed to doubt, distraction, or sabotage. By keeping your vision private, you allow it to grow and develop in a safe and nurturing environment, free from the pressures and expectations of others. When the time is right, your vision will speak for itself, and its impact will be all the more powerful because of the care and protection you give it during its formative stages. In today's society, we often feel compelled to share every step of our journey with others. From social media updates to casual conversations, there is an underlying pressure to announce our plans, dreams, and goals. However, this can create unnecessary pressure that ultimately hampers our progress. By revealing what you are doing too early, you invite not only feedback and opinions, but also the burden of expectations both from yourself and from others. Avoiding unnecessary pressure is one of the key reasons why it's wise to keep your actions and ambitions to yourself until they are fully formed. When you share your plans prematurely, you inadvertently set expectations in the minds of others. People begin to monitor your progress, consciously or unconsciously, and may start to expect results on their timeline, not yours. This external pressure can push you to deliver something that isn't ready, or worse, cause you to rush through critical stages of planning and execution. The pressure to perform or to show progress can distort your decision-making process, leading you to make compromises or take shortcuts just to keep up appearances. Instead of working at a natural pace that allows for creativity, growth, and thoughtful strategy, you may find yourself prioritizing speed over quality in an attempt to meet external expectations. When you publicly declare your goals, you may feel the need to live up to the image or persona you've projected. If you've shared your plans with friends, family, or colleagues, you might feel the weight of their attention and curiosity. This can create internal pressure to avoid failure at all costs. You become more concerned with maintaining your reputation than with the actual process of pursuing your goal. Fear of failure, when heightened by the watchful eyes of others, can lead to self-doubt and hesitation. You may second-guess your actions or feel paralyzed by the fear that if things don't go as planned, you'll lose face or disappoint those who are watching. This kind of pressure can also stifle innovation and creativity. When you're focused on meeting expectations, whether they are your own or others, you may become risk averse, sticking to safe, conventional choices rather than exploring new ideas. The fear of failure, compounded by the need to live up to public declarations, can make you hesitant to experiment or deviate from the norm. Creativity thrives in environments where there's freedom to try, fail, and try again. But when you feel pressure to succeed immediately, you may avoid taking the very risks that could lead to breakthroughs or original solutions. This limits your growth and narrows your potential for success. Another aspect of unnecessary pressure comes from the comparisons that inevitably arise when you share your goals or progress. Once people are aware of your plans, they may begin to compare your journey to others. This comparison can come from external sources, people comparing you to peers, competitors, or others in similar fields, or from within yourself. You might start measuring your progress against others, questioning why they've achieved more in less time or why their journey seems smoother than yours. This kind of comparison is rarely productive. It can lead to feelings of inadequacy or frustration, both of which detract from your focus and energy. Instead of staying focused on your own path, you become preoccupied with how you measure up to others, which can derail your momentum. When you talk about your plans too early, you risk diluting the sense of ownership you have over your own goals. Sharing your vision with others often invites input, solicited or not. While feedback can be valuable in certain situations, too much input too soon can blur the lines between what you want and what others think you should do. You may find yourself modifying your plans to accommodate suggestions or to appease others' concerns, even if they don't fully understand your vision. This leads to a loss of clarity and direction. The goal you once felt passionate about can become weighed down by the expectations of others, making it harder to maintain your original motivation and focus. Another crucial point is that announcing your plans creates a false sense of accomplishment. There's a psychological effect that occurs when we talk about our goals publicly. We feel as though we've already made progress simply by articulating our intentions. The positive feedback we often receive can create a premature sense of achievement, leading to complacency. The excitement of sharing your plans and receiving validation can trick your brain into feeling as though you've already taken significant steps toward your goal, even when little to no real action has been taken. As a result, you may lose the drive to continue putting in the hard work necessary to bring your vision to life. When you share your goals prematurely, you open yourself up to unnecessary stress if things don't go as planned. Life is unpredictable and setbacks are inevitable. If you've already made your goals public, these setbacks can feel even more significant because they're not just private disappointments, they're public ones. You may feel embarrassed or ashamed if you hit roadblocks, especially if you've been vocal about your plans. This added layer of stress can be demoralizing and make it even harder to bounce back from challenges. Keeping your plans private gives you the space to navigate obstacles without the added pressure of public scrutiny. By avoiding the temptation to announce your goals prematurely, you preserve your freedom to work without the burden of expectations. You can take your time, make adjustments, and experiment without worrying about how others perceive your progress. This reduces the stress and anxiety that often accompany public declarations of intent. You can focus on the process, the work itself, rather than on how it looks from the outside. You're free to fail, learn, and pivot without the fear of disappointing others or losing credibility. In short, avoiding unnecessary pressure by keeping your plans to yourself allows you to maintain control over your journey. It frees you from the constraints of external expectations, enabling you to work at your own pace, make creative decisions, and avoid the distraction of comparison. This approach empowers you to focus on what truly matters, the hard work, dedication, and persistence required to turn your vision into reality. When you eliminate the weight of unnecessary pressure, you create the space for true growth, innovation, and success. Maintaining focus on the process is essential for achieving long-term success, yet it is often overlooked in favor of more immediate rewards or external validation. When we are consumed with the desire to share our goals with others, we can lose sight of the journey itself, which is where the real work and growth happen. The process is where ideas are refined, skills are honed, and breakthroughs are made. but it requires sustained focus, dedication, and patience. By keeping your goals private, you free yourself from distractions and external pressures, allowing you to channel your energy into the process rather than the outcome. The journey toward any significant goal is rarely linear. There will be moments of progress, setbacks, and periods of stagnation. When you are focused solely on the outcome, be it a promotion, financial success, or recognition, it's easy to become disheartened when things don't go as planned. You may find yourself obsessing over why you haven't achieved your desired result yet, which can cause frustration and lead to a loss of motivation. On the other hand, when you focus on the process, you understand that each step, no matter how small or imperfect, is part of the larger picture. This mindset shift allows you to see value in every stage of the journey, even when the results aren't immediately visible. By focusing on the process, you build resilience. Setbacks and failures are inevitable, but when your attention is on the daily work rather than the end goal, you are better equipped to handle challenges. Each obstacle becomes an opportunity to learn and improve, rather than a discouragement that derails your progress. When your focus is on the process, failures don't feel like the end of the road, they feel like part of the road. You start to understand that mastery, success, and fulfillment are not destinations but ongoing processes. This mindset allows you to persist through difficulties, knowing that with each attempt you're getting closer to achieving your goal. Focusing on the process allows you to engage more deeply with your work, instead of being distracted by the need for external validation or the pressure to achieve quick results. You can immerse yourself in the task at hand. This deep engagement, often referred to as flow, is where real creativity and innovation happen. When you're fully absorbed in the process, time seems to disappear and you're able to produce your best work. This level of focus and dedication is difficult to achieve when your mind is constantly preoccupied with what others think or when you'll achieve the final result. By keeping your goals private and staying committed to the process, you give yourself the space to do your best work. The process is where you develop the habits and skills necessary for long-term success. It's easy to be motivated at the beginning of a new project or goal, but sustaining that motivation over time requires discipline. The process teaches you discipline because it demands consistent effort, even on days when you don't feel like working. When you focus on the process, you begin to value the small, incremental steps that lead to success. You understand that greatness is built through daily, often mundane actions. These habits, once formed, become the foundation of your future achievements. Without focusing on the process, it's easy to become discouraged when progress seems slow or non-existent, but when you commit to the daily work, you build momentum over time. Focusing on the process also helps you stay grounded in reality. When you share your goals with others, there is a tendency to become fixated on the fantasy of success. You might imagine what it will feel like to achieve your goal, receive praise, or reach a certain milestone. While visualizing success can be motivating, it can also be distracting if it takes your focus away from the work that needs to be done. By keeping your goals private and concentrating on the process, you remain grounded in the present moment. You become more aware of the work that lies ahead and the effort required to get there, which keeps you from becoming overly attached to the future or idealized versions of success. Maintaining focus on the process keeps you adaptable. When you're too focused on the outcome, you may become rigid in your approach, unwilling to pivot or try new strategies because you're attached to a specific result. However, the process often reveals new insights and opportunities that you wouldn't have considered if you were solely fixated on the end goal. By staying focused on the process, you remain open to adjusting your plans and strategies as needed. This flexibility allows you to navigate challenges more effectively and take advantage of opportunities that arise along the way. The process is dynamic and evolving, and when you stay focused on it, you allow yourself to evolve with it. The process also fosters a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond the final achievement. Many people find that when they finally reach their goal, the sense of satisfaction is fleeting. This is because they were so focused on the outcome that they neglected to appreciate the journey. By contrast, when you focus on the process, you find joy and meaning in the daily work itself. You begin to appreciate the growth, the learning, and the progress you make along the way. This sense of fulfillment is more sustainable because it's rooted in the present moment, not in some distant achievement. It's the satisfaction that comes from knowing you're doing the work that matters and growing in the process. Focusing on the process allows you to maintain a sense of control over your efforts. Outcomes are often influenced by factors beyond your control: market conditions, timing, the actions of others, but the process is something you can control. You can control how much effort you put in, how disciplined you are, and how you respond to challenges. By focusing on what you can control, you reduce anxiety and frustration. Instead of worrying about when or if you'll achieve your goal, you stay focused on the present moment and what you can do today to move closer to your goal. This creates a sense of empowerment and agency, which is critical for maintaining motivation over the long term. Focusing on the process allows you to stay grounded, build resilience, develop discipline, and find fulfillment in the journey itself. It keeps you adaptable, open to learning, and connected to the present moment. When you keep your goals to yourself and commit to the process, you free yourself from distractions, external validation, and the pressure of immediate results. This enables you to stay focused on what truly matters, the daily actions and habits that will ultimately lead to long-term success. One of the most subtle and insidious challenges that people face when working toward their goals is the lure of premature validation. This phenomenon occurs when the mere act of telling others about your ambitions, dreams, or plans creates a sense of satisfaction or accomplishment. It feels good to share your goals with others and receive praise, encouragement, or admiration in return. However, this feeling of validation can be deceptive. Instead of fueling your efforts toward achieving your goal, it can diminish your drive, as if the act of talking about the goal has replaced the need to actually achieve it. By keeping your goals to yourself, you avoid the trap of premature validation and preserve the internal motivation necessary to see your ambitions through to completion. Premature validation taps into a psychological principle known as social reward. As humans, we are wired to seek approval and affirmation from those around us. Sharing a goal or an aspiration with others can trigger positive reinforcement in the form of compliments, support, and even admiration. This feedback can feel like a reward, which satisfies a psychological need for recognition. However, the problem arises when this external recognition takes the place of the intrinsic motivation required to achieve the goal itself. Instead of feeling a strong desire to put in the work, the brain begins to associate the act of talking about the goal with achievement. As a result, the drive to continue working toward the actual accomplishment weakens. This phenomenon is closely related to the concept of cognitive dissonance. When we share our goals with others, we create a mental image of ourselves as someone who is already on the path to success. We paint a picture for others and for ourselves of what we plan to do and the outcomes we expect to achieve. This creates a sense of resolution in our minds, as though the goal is already in progress. However, if we have not yet taken concrete steps to achieve that goal, our actions are not aligned with the image we've projected. To resolve this cognitive dissonance, many people fall into the trap of seeking further validation through discussion and external praise, rather than through tangible effort and progress. In this way, premature validation serves as a psychological shortcut that bypasses the real work required for success. Another danger of premature validation is that it can lead to overconfidence. When people react positively to your goals, it can create a false sense of accomplishment. You may start to believe that the goal is more achievable, or that you are further along the path to success than you actually are. This inflated sense of progress can cause you to become complacent, reducing the urgency and effort you put into pursuing your goal. Over time, this complacency can erode the discipline and commitment needed to achieve success. What started as an exciting new goal quickly fades into the background, overtaken by the illusion of progress created through external validation. Premature validation can expose you to external pressures that interfere with your ability to stay focused on the goal. When you share your ambitions with others, you invite their opinions, expectations, and judgments into the equation. While some feedback may be supportive or helpful, it can also introduce unnecessary stress. You may begin to feel pressure to live up to the image you've created, or to meet the expectations of those who are now aware of your goal. This added pressure can shift your focus from the work itself to managing the perceptions of others. Instead of being driven by your own internal desire for achievement, you become preoccupied with proving yourself to others, which can dilute your efforts and hinder progress. When you keep your goals to yourself, You retain full ownership over the process. You are free from the distractions of external validation and the pressures that come with it. This allows you to remain focused on the steps necessary to achieve your goal, rather than on how others perceive your progress. Keeping your goals private also protects you from the temptation to derive satisfaction from simply talking about your plans. By maintaining silence, you preserve the psychological tension between your current reality and the future you wish to create, which fuels the drive to take action. This internal drive is critical for sustained motivation. When you rely on external validation, your motivation becomes contingent on others' responses. If the feedback is positive, you feel encouraged, but if it's negative or indifferent, you may lose momentum. By contrast, when you keep your goals private, your motivation is intrinsic. It comes from a deep personal commitment to your vision and the desire to see it through, regardless of what others think. This type of motivation is more resilient and sustainable because it is not dependent on external factors. It keeps you grounded and focused even when the journey is difficult or the progress slow. Avoiding premature validation helps you stay adaptable and open to change. When you share your goals with others, you may feel locked into a specific path or approach, especially if you've received positive feedback. This can make it difficult to pivot or adjust your plans if circumstances change or if you discover a better way to achieve your goal. In contrast, when your goals are private, you have the freedom to experiment, refine your approach, and make adjustments as needed without the fear of losing face or disappointing others. This flexibility is crucial for long-term success, as it allows you to respond effectively to challenges and seize new opportunities as they arise. Avoiding premature validation helps you build a stronger sense of self-reliance and personal accountability. When your progress is not contingent on the approval or recognition of others, you learn to trust yourself and your abilities. You become more attuned to your own strengths and weaknesses, and you develop a deeper understanding of what it takes to achieve your goals. This self-reliance fosters a sense of empowerment as you realize that you are fully capable of creating the future you desire without needing external validation. It also strengthens your resolve as you become more focused on the internal rewards of growth and progress, rather than the fleeting satisfaction of external praise. Avoiding premature validation allows you to cultivate a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. When your motivation is driven by a genuine commitment to your goals, rather than the need for approval, you experience a greater sense of ownership and satisfaction in the journey. Each step you take feels more meaningful because it is aligned with your personal values and aspirations, rather than being shaped by external expectations. This sense of fulfillment is lasting because it is rooted in the intrinsic rewards of hard work, growth, and self-discovery, rather than in the temporary high of external validation. By keeping your goals private and focusing on the process, you create the conditions for authentic, long-term success. Keeping your goals private is a powerful way to maximize focus and energy toward achieving them. When you tell people what you're working on, you open yourself up to potential distractions, opinions, and unsolicited advice that can dilute your focus. It's not that other people's perspectives aren't valuable, but they can shift your attention from the task at hand, causing you to second-guess your decisions, question your direction, or feel the need to justify your approach. By choosing not to broadcast your plans, you can concentrate your mental, emotional, and physical energy on executing those plans without the interference of outside noise. This uninterrupted focus is one of the keys to productivity and success. The moment you share your goals with others, you invite them into your process. Sometimes this can be helpful, especially if you're seeking advice from trusted mentors or experts. However, more often than not, sharing your goals can lead to a barrage of conflicting opinions, suggestions, and expectations from people who may not fully understand your vision or your circumstances. This input can scatter your focus, leading you to feel overwhelmed or distracted by the sheer volume of feedback. Instead of channeling your energy into making progress, you might find yourself wasting time explaining your choices or defending your path. When you keep your goals to yourself, you eliminate this distraction, allowing you to maintain clarity and momentum. Another way in which keeping your goals private maximizes focus is by removing the pressure to perform for an audience. When others are aware of your goals, you may feel the need to provide regular updates on your progress, whether through conversations, social media, or other forms of communication. This can create a sense of pressure to show visible results, even when the work is still in its early stages or requires time to develop. The desire to impress or satisfy others' expectations can cause you to rush through important steps, prioritize short-term wins over long-term success, or make decisions based on how they will be perceived rather than what is truly best for your goal. Keeping your goals private frees you from this performance pressure, allowing you to work at your own pace and prioritize quality over appearance. Maintaining privacy around your goals also helps you preserve mental and emotional energy. Every conversation you have about your goals takes up cognitive space, whether it's answering questions, discussing challenges, or explaining your progress. While these conversations can be motivating in small doses, they can also be draining, especially if you're constantly fielding questions or addressing concerns from others. This mental and emotional fatigue can sap the energy you need to stay focused on your work, leaving you feeling exhausted or demotivated. By choosing not to engage in these conversations, you conserve your energy for what really matters, the actual work that moves you closer to achieving your goal. When you keep your goals to yourself, you minimize the risk of negative feedback or criticism that could derail your focus. Even well-intentioned comments from friends, family, or colleagues can sometimes have a discouraging effect, especially if they express doubt or skepticism about your plans. This negativity can plant seeds of doubt in your mind, causing you to lose confidence in your abilities or second-guess your decisions. It can be particularly damaging if you're still in the early stages of working toward your goal, when your vision is fragile and your confidence is still growing. By keeping your goals private, you shield yourself from this potential negativity, allowing you to build your confidence and refine your vision without interference. In addition to protecting your focus from external distractions, keeping your goals private helps you cultivate internal focus. When you're not seeking validation or feedback from others, you are forced to rely on your own internal guidance system, your intuition, values, and personal sense of direction. This internal focus sharpens your ability to make decisions and take actions that are aligned with your true purpose, rather than being swayed by external influences. It also fosters a deeper sense of self-trust and resilience, as you learn to navigate challenges and setbacks on your own, without needing external approval or reassurance. Maximizing focus through privacy also ties into the concept of flow, a psychological state of deep concentration and immersion in a task. When you're in a state of flow, you lose track of time, and your mind becomes fully engaged in the work at hand. This state of flow is where some of your most productive and creative work happens. However, achieving flow requires uninterrupted focus and minimal distractions. By keeping your goals private, you create an environment that is conducive to flow, allowing you to tap into this heightened state of productivity more easily. The fewer distractions you have from external sources, the more likely you are to enter and sustain this state of deep concentration. Another benefit of maintaining privacy around your goals is that it gives you the space to experiment and take risks without fear of judgment. When your goals are known to others, there's often an unspoken pressure to follow a certain path or achieve success in a specific way. This can make you hesitant to try new approaches, pivot when necessary, or take bold risks that might lead to failure. By keeping your goals private, you remove this external pressure, giving yourself the freedom to explore different strategies, make mistakes, and learn from them without worrying about how it will look to others. This freedom to experiment is crucial for innovation and long-term success, as it allows you to adapt and evolve your approach based on real-world feedback, rather than sticking to a predetermined plan out of fear of judgment. Privacy also enhances your ability to maintain consistency and discipline. Achieving any significant goal requires sustained effort over time, and it's easy to lose motivation or become distracted when you're constantly sharing your progress with others. The excitement of receiving praise or recognition can lead to a cycle of seeking validation, which can become a distraction in itself. By keeping your goals private, you eliminate this external reward system, forcing you to develop a deeper, more consistent sense of discipline. Your motivation becomes more intrinsic, driven by your own desire to succeed, rather than by the need for external approval. This internal discipline is what will carry you through the inevitable challenges and setbacks that arise on the path to achieving your goal. In the same vein, keeping your goals private allows you to stay focused on the bigger picture, rather than getting caught up in small, day-to-day details or distractions. When you're constantly sharing updates with others, it's easy to get sidetracked by the need to show progress or justify your actions. This can lead to a focus on short-term achievements or visible milestones, rather than on the deeper, long-term work that truly matters. By maintaining privacy, you can keep your eyes on the ultimate goal, making decisions and taking actions that are aligned with your long-term vision, rather than being swayed by short-term pressures or external expectations. Maximizing focus and energy through privacy is about creating the mental and emotional space needed to fully commit to your goals. It's about protecting your vision, preserving your motivation, and allowing yourself the freedom to work in a way that is aligned with your true purpose. By keeping your goals private, you eliminate unnecessary distractions, maintain clarity of focus, and conserve the energy needed to achieve success. Choosing to keep your goals private is not about secrecy. It's about protecting your vision, safeguarding your focus, and allowing your actions to speak louder than your words. When you refrain from telling others what you're working on, you shield yourself from unnecessary distractions, outside expectations, and premature praise. Instead, you channel your energy into execution, letting the results be your testimony. This approach empowers you to stay committed to your path, remain flexible in the face of challenges, and develop an inner resilience that doesn't rely on external validation. By keeping your goals to yourself, you give yourself the freedom to work with clarity, determination, and purpose, and when your work finally speaks for itself, the impact will be undeniable.